Thing is, we can't. All right, we are up. Pulling up Instagram here, so we'll get all of the platforms live. What's up, big guy?
Not much.
You want to say a few words of wisdom?
Yes. So, as everybody comes on, Max is not here today because he is sick, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope he gets better. But other than that fact, today we are going to be talking about something which might anger a lot of liberals, but we have gone to the most trustworthy of sources and have tried to look at the best information that we could find about if Trump has been a very good president or a bad president, right? So today we are going to be talking about the great things that he's done in his campaign and then the things he could definitely do better at in his campaign also.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start off with the great things. And if you guys have anything that we do not mention, you can type them in the chat. And maybe if we like them, we'll mention them on screen here for you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so just to recap, we're going to go over pluses and minuses. This is like a 1-year performance review of Donald Trump.
Yes.
Okay.
It's basically his 1-year anniversary or 5-year anniversary as president.
Yeah.
You know, he's done it before.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with the good stuff or the bad stuff?
Well, I say we start off with the good stuff, right?
Okay.
So,
or should we go back and forth with a little bit of each? You know, gotta make the people happy.
Maybe. But then though, if we do that, then the people that type in the chat, it'll be hard for them to come in.
Yeah.
I say we start off with the good stuff, right? Where we want to start with, like, inflation, tariffs, foreign conflicts. What should we do?
Let's start with good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with what many people would consider the most controversial issue. Foreign conflicts. Like, you know, where Trump has gone to other countries and destroyed a bunch of wars, ended a bunch of wars, caused a lot of
mostly
peace,
diplomatically.
Right? Yeah. So
he's how many has he let's say dissolved or ended?
He's done actually a lot. If Democrats are counting it, they're probably like not listing half of them.
Yeah.
But in this case, he's done well. Literally in the first 8 months, he actually did 8 of them.
Yeah.
He like ended 8 wars.
Right.
But since then, I think he's also done a few more. But yeah, he's ended, like, for example, Pakistan and India, Israel versus like Iran and Hamas, Cambodia and Thailand, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Did I mention that?
Yeah. Well, it's just
it's Azerbaijan?
I think so.
What?
Azerbaijan.
It does not look like that at all.
Well.
Interesting.
Gotta read up.
Well, maybe I'll look for that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those
maybe I'm wrong.
Like, and those are just like a few of all the conflicts that he's ended. That's just a list from like the ones that he's done in the first 8 months of his campaign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he failed to end foreign conflicts, though?
Definitely Ukraine and Russia.
Right.
I would say that's the major.
That's a tricky one.
That's the major conflict.
Yeah.
Well, because Putin really wants the territory he really wants some territory parts in like Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukraine is like not willing to give up anything, even though we are basically the ones that are supplying them all of their like military stuff. And if we pull out, Russia could just like destroy them probably easily because they won't have the help of the US, right? Or like most of Europe in general.
Yeah.
Yet they don't want to end the war just because of like some land effectively, which is a good amount of stuff that you do not want to lose. But
yeah, I understand
if you're
why
facing a foreign power, like
I understand why they don't want to give it up, but they don't have a whole lot of leverage on Russia without Europe or in particular like United States, us giving them weaponry and money. Yeah. So okay. So the first thing is he came in, he said he's a man of peace.
And he definitely
he ended or created a lot of ceasefires, and he did a lot of these diplomatically.
Yet he somehow did not get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Somehow, isn't that wild?
Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, he absolutely deserves it.
I know that the woman that got it, I probably deserved it, right?
I'm sure.
Like Trump, on the other hand, like hello, are you guys just like blind to what this guy has done, right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on from that. How about some stuff in the U.S. itself? First of all, he has implied tariffs, as you know.
Yeah.
Very popular stuff.
This was very controversial. Everybody said it was going to increase inflation and everything was going to be unaffordable. And
it hasn't happened.
And it was going to destroy the country. And it's done exactly the opposite.
Yeah. He's literally, when he put on these tariffs, right? All these other places which are shipping and stuff to us, they still do a little bit, but what it mainly did is brought jobs back to the U.S. because, well, they're not shipping things from other places, and now you have to build them here.
We have like
$1 trillion
of new investment in domestic manufacturing. So like NVIDIA, Apple, and other huge companies, because of these tariffs, have sort of like been forced, but they have committed to opening massive plants in the United States to build stuff like we used to do.
Yeah.
So I mean that was his intent. I think you could argue that tariffs increase prices on some things, but nothing like to the extent of what was expected. And overall, I think one of the other things that we'll probably talk about is the fact that inflation keeps ticking down.
Yeah, inflation has been going down a lot since like Biden's campaign.
Well, yeah.
Well, it was rough then. And you can even show it with the gas prices, which I'll mention actually soon, right? But a lot of things are going down.
Hit me with gas prices.
Literally the opposite of what tariffs were. People thought tariffs would do. Anyway, gas prices. This is going to be unbelievable to most people, except for the people that have cars who have probably noticed this, who use gasoline and all that stuff. So currently in most states, gas is at roughly $2.79, which is literally just insane, right? That's like really good. And also in a few states, I think it's like roughly 19 or so, gas is below $2 per gallon.
It's hard,
that's insane.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, this is the lowest it has been in 5 years. Like basically since the end of his last campaign.
Yeah.
and then Biden took office and it was just like woo, woo, woo. It's going back down again, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So okay. So those are all good. What else?
So mortgage rates are now down. They're actually now the lowest they've been in 3 years. Okay. They're just below 6%.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. That. Right? Yeah.
That's good.
Also, there's this guy who used like $200 billion to like do some stuff inside of the like apartment business stuff. So due to that, rent has now gone down over like the last 5 months.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I heard that's also rents are decreasing. Yeah, that's good. That's good for like especially people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lower income people that are renting.
Yeah.
Right.
The last, or I guess also you could kind of consider ICE into this a little bit too, but the last major thing that we've done across the globe on another section or another place of the world was where we captured the Venezuelan president.
Maduro.
Also known as basically a dictator, also known as the person that the left was like saying he was a bad person and Trump did it and now he's a great person, which doesn't make any sense, especially considering that the people in his own country are cheering that he's gone, right?
Yeah. 30% of the country fled or left, under his rule. And then
literally 1/3, like 1 in 3 people that were living there before him are gone.
Exactly. And then he had a $25 million bounty that Joe Biden had increased. So like the previous administration wanted him out too. And then Trump just did it. Instead of talking about it, he just did it. And now we can make Venezuela great again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
Well, they have
the
acronym's not as good, but the fact is they have a lot of resources. We helped them uncover these resources originally, and now maybe we can help them cultivate this and make themselves into a prosperous country again.
That'd be great, especially considering that now their leader is out of power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Regime change is always a little tricky, but this one, it's interesting because it's kind of in our back door. They're flooding drugs and people into our country, but if we can help them make that country great, it's also a strategic location. they had relationships with China and Russia. And so I think there's also aspects of this from a national security perspective that we don't fully like know or grasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like, I cannot stop getting over like how the left was so like, oh, this guy's an awful person. And then Trump actually does the job and now they're mad at him.
Yeah. They
Like,
went from no
I'm
kings.
still so confused. Like, it literally doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
It's just TDS.
Don't stress over trying to make sense of liberal logic.
It's hard to that my brain's about to explode because of the strangeness of it. Anyway, let's move on a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what I think
Are we going to negative stuff or
no? We have one more good thing.
Okay, I'll hit it.
What I think is by far the best thing in this entire administration is the border security has upped tremendously. Where like 0 to very few people have now gotten in this country illegally since Trump secured the border.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's also implemented ICE.
Yeah.
Right, you know.
I mean, we had it, but
yeah, but this time he's actually using it.
Yeah.
Like really well. And classic liberals, you know, just trying to protest and stop the people from doing their job, right?
Yeah, they're protesting to basically thwart or object to upholding immigration law.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think
why would they do that?
We've talked about this before, right? Where we think that the reason why a lot of the Democrats want like illegals to come into the country is mainly because they'll probably then vote for the Democrats instead of the Republicans.
They do vote Democrat at a disproportionate rate.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. Okay, wow. So this is a lot. I'm gonna do a quick recap, but like is that so border secure and ICE is getting and deporting people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so the good things, let me see. I wrote some of these down as you were going over it. So the GDP is up. It's like very healthy.
Yeah, it's very like 5 or something.
Yeah, it's going to be 5% probably in Q4.
Yeah.
Tariffs are largely working, bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars, bringing manufacturing back. Inflation is continuing to tick down.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates are at their best place ever. Stock. I don't know if you mentioned the stock market. The stock market's at all-time highs.
Really?
The border, gas, foreign conflicts have been largely like removed.
Erased.
At least 6 or 7 of them, right? So these are all good things. Okay, that's a good list. So he's had a pretty through all the turmoil, you could say he's had a pretty successful first year in those regards. Now let's get into the contrary view of what would we criticize Trump for in his first term in his annual performance review.
Yes. Now, first of all, I know on Instagram, are we on Instagram?
We're on Instagram.
Okay, nice. I know on Instagram we typically have a lot of liberal people in there who like to just argue and complain. So this is your time to shine. Mention what you think is Trump has done the worst about right now in the comments. And maybe we'll talk about them a little bit because this is the thing that you guys love, right? TDS. Anyway,
I'll keep an eye on the comments here. We got some degenerates in there just saying gross stuff.
That's typically all that they say.
Yeah, that's all they have. That's all they have.
That they are liberals.
They don't have anything logical, so they say stupid stuff.
Yeah, but overall, so let's start off. We're first going to start off with 2 simple things, which we are definitely sad about because we wish that they could have done better.
Okay,
and also, another thing I think we can maybe talk about later are the Epstein files.
Okay. Let's get into it. Let's do one at a time.
Just to let you guys know for advance, so stay tuned. Anyway, so yeah, firstly, I think that MAHA and DOGE were majorly disappointing. DOGE said a lot of things, but they didn't really take much action. And also, they basically lost Elon Musk, also known as one of the first people who is basically estimated to become a trillionaire. He would be great to figure out how to find waste in a place that has trillions of dollars in waste, right? Because he's a professional basically at that.
Yeah. I'm with you on this. Like the fact that he screwed up his relationship with the richest guy in America.
It's
that's sad. because
yeah.
he could have been a huge help into the administration. And DOGE is basically dissolved, which is really unfortunate. That was like one of the things I was most excited about.
Cool. Like they would literally keep coming out with new things every single week, or like basically every single day, right? New fraud alert, right? But now it's just basically evaporated.
Yeah. And they were finding like $1 billion a day. And like for me also, like they found all this fraud and waste. We're sending money through USAID over to fund LGBTQ studies in Pakistan, weird stuff, like just weird money laundering or weird stuff that isn't necessary for our tax dollars. And nobody is indicted. Nobody's in jail.
I was just about to say. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody has gotten in trouble yet.
Nobody's in trouble. The Pentagon just failed their 8th consecutive audit. And like nobody's in trouble. Like if I did this, I'd be in jail, right? Or our assets would all be seized. Like you can't do that. And so I just don't understand. Like, so super disappointing that DOGE went away, because we all want waste cut out. That we're still overspending by a couple $1 trillion a year that we're adding to our debt. And that's like, anyway, okay, I'll stop with my rant.
You're going crazy. Yeah. So there's basically, that's like one of the 4-letter acronyms. The other 4-letter acronym is, can you guess it, Dad? It rhymes with MAGA.
MAHA.
Yeah, MAHA. It's kind of disappointing now.
Yeah.
It was cool, right? Because, and I guess they still do have RFK in there. But like, I understand how hard it is to like probably get something done like that. Like to actually get all of that, what's the word? Like, it's like basically pass all of these things because, well, it's effectively everywhere, like Red 40 and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
lawsuits.
There's a lot of red tape, bureaucracy, and process in Washington, and so I think it's been harder for them than they anticipated. They have done some things, MAHA, like they got rid of Red 40. Not yet, but it's scheduled to phase out. And then they redid the food pyramid. That's recent. They revisited the vaccine schedule and minimized unnecessary vaccines for children. So there's a number of things they've done, but I would say it didn't match up to the hype. Like it didn't match up to the hype that I expected.
We would have thought that things would be going crazy. Like suddenly everybody would be eating their vegetables, kind of. That's what I pictured it as.
Right.
But that definitely did not happen. And a lot of the stuff which we expected to happen, stuff to get banned and all that stuff, did not happen, sadly.
Exactly.
So that's a good amount of sad things.
Okay. Anything else?
Maybe now we can talk about some deeply controversial topics relating to the island.
Let me see here. I would say there's one other thing. So before we get into Epstein, I think in general, Trump has been Trump. And I wished he could have been a little bit more presidential, but he's still come out and he's said stuff that even Republicans denounce.
Yeah, he's
very
open. He's just like me. He'll say whatever comes to his mind first, right? Which is sadly not always a good thing.
Yeah, and so he's done this a few times. He's had just posts that are sort of tasteless. Particularly like a good example would be when Rob Reiner died or was killed, essentially. Like we don't know for sure, but like maybe his son did it. And he just put out this really tasteless post. So he could have just been like, oh, he's a great creative mind, didn't like me, but like we feel bad for the family. Like he could have said something much more tasteful and didn't. So there's things like that he just can't help himself.
He's also did the thing with the Trump Gaza. Remember that video?
Yeah. Well, that was kind of funny.
It was funny, but I thought it was definitely kind of weird, especially for when you're already in office. Yeah. Maybe it'd be funny if it was before he was in office, but this was when he was in office, and that kind of felt weird. Also, when he was going at basically, I think, wasn't it like tweet after tweet, like him and Elon were just like basically arguing on like Twitter or something?
Yes, they said kind of nasty stuff back and forth. And so I just think it's like having that out in public is not very proper, presidential, and he could have carried a more, like polished tone. But And so what happens then, and I think what's disappointing for me, is he does have a lot of success things that are coming with his presidency, but because of that and his rhetoric, people can't hate, like can't stop at hating him because he just says like stuff like this. And it's like, oh, well, his methods.
Yeah.
So we don't like his methods. We don't like what he says. The results might be good, but
the results are good, but he's not, he needs to think before he speaks, right?
Yeah. So that's one. The other I was going to mention is because of this rhetoric, the people are, and because the media is very against Trump and generally like is very liberal leaning.
Yes.
What we're seeing in the poly markets, and what I mean by poly markets are like predictions for the midterm elections, which are going to be happening this year, are leaning towards the House might regain power by the Democrats this year.
That's not good.
No.
You might not get as much done then.
Yes, and so they might not get as much done. And so I think part of like his rhetoric is leaning into people saying, I don't want to be associated with this guy, so therefore I'm going to vote Democrat. And right now it's like 80% chance that the Democrats are going to take over the House. And the poly markets are oddly like pretty decent predictors.
I guarantee you that like if he didn't say as many like, you know, controversial things as he said,
yeah,
people would probably vote for him more, right? Because he wouldn't be saying nearly as crazy things. Like a lot of his policies, as we've mentioned before, are pretty good. Like a lot of the stuff are,
many of them,
very good, right? Like, you know,
but he puts his foot in his mouth.
Gas and everything and are down and everything. But yeah, he just talks like he doesn't know how to like stop himself from saying something bad.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so that's kind of disappointing about him.
I agree.
But now, yeah, I see you on Facebook. No worries. We're now going to get to Epstein and all of that crazy stuff.
Okay, hit it.
So, Epstein files, as many people know, about an island and things happening on that island and a list of people who may or may not have went to that island. Yeah, so before, as many people know, they were mad because he was not releasing the Epstein files. Even
by the way,
he promised to release the Epstein files.
He campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. So interestingly, Joe didn't release them. So anyway, he campaigned on it. And it's funny because like people hold him accountable more than they held Joe accountable. But anyway,
yeah,
he campaigned on this. And so people are like, well, he campaigned on it, so you got to release him. Yes, of course. But oddly, like they didn't release him under the last administration.
People.
So it's Trump derangement syndrome. However, yes, like he said would do it. And then
he didn't do it in the beginning. So eventually then it have to go to like the House or something to like actually release them on like a vote. And then everybody did it except for like one person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is weird.
Why that one?
I wouldn't want to be
like now I bet you, like that one person, now I bet you everybody in a house is like, where has that one person been? Right? It's probably, it's very weird now. But so yeah, he eventually then they had to release them, and lo and behold, they released them, and most of the stuff is blacked out, right? Because you then can't even read what it is.
Yeah.
Like there's little pages where it's one word, Epstein, and then everything else is blacked out. Like
it's sus.
It's very strange. Like, oh yeah, here I'll release the Epstein files. Oh wait, there's nothing here that's actually useful.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's all blacked out?
There's a few reasons I feel like that this could be why this could be. One, there could be a lot of like, you know, personal information of some people,
like victims.
Yeah, victims of this stuff.
Yes. Of course, you want to protect the victims.
Yeah. The other is that maybe there's other things like, you know, actual people who maybe are in power or something right now, and maybe they don't want, like, you know, them to be found out possibly.
Yeah, it's you know, it's funny because like, why would a guy like the left is so
mad,
so excited to like expose that Trump and Epstein had this big thing? If that's the case, like just sit back, relax, okay, and put your bias aside and say, why would a guy that had incredible ties to Epstein campaign on, I'm going to release the Epstein files, knowing that he's in them, but like, why would he say that if he's implicated in them? And then why would the previous administration, who hated him and took every legal effort to destroy this man possible, why would they not do something about it? So to me, it's more a matter of like, whatever's in there, it's not incriminating Trump. It doesn't make any logical sense to me. What I do think is true is that when they look into these, that there are implications in terms of national security, maybe people, like things that we can't fully understand, and therefore everything is redacted because like they feel like they're protecting the nation. But the fact that it would be protecting Trump just doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know the left really wants Trump to be a pedo.
Well, there's a lot of
he's
people,
a famous guy. He had no problem getting women. Like this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that are probably on the list, right? But they like, if they're on the list, keep in mind that doesn't also automatically mean that they did some crazy stuff to some people, right?
Yeah.
It means that they have had a chance, possibly, right? And that they maybe have went to a party at this famous guy's island, but that doesn't mean that they necessarily did.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know any different, if you don't know any different, you get invited to some guy's like private island where there's going to be parties and stuff. Like you're like, wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
You can't really. You should always be careful, right? But I mean, what do you like? Yeah, I don't know how to put this properly without sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I'm just trying to look. There's a lot of comments here.
Yeah.
Actually, there's more pics of Clinton with Epstein than anything. Like if you saw some of the releases, there's a lot. And then now Comey has subpoenaed them, and they refuse to come in and talk about their relationship with Epstein.
That's crazy.
The Clintons. Yeah. And so that's wild mental gymnastics. And the picture, so you have a picture with somebody and like that makes you a pedo. That doesn't make any sense. Like that just doesn't, like, you need more evidence than that. I appreciate like you want what you want this guy to be a horrible person and all of that so that you can feel vindicated, but like you need evidence. Like you need evidence. A picture with somebody isn't that.
Besides, most of the pictures even that we've seen, like that, we've done even an entire video on this. I guarantee you 90% of the pictures that like we've looked at are either photoshopped or AI generated. Like,
yeah, we did you did a post on that.
Yeah, that's what I just said, right? This summer. And there's probably even more coming out. It's like in the middle of winter. So there's probably another 6 months worth of like AI stuff after this stuff was actually put out, right? Where people are like, oh, look at this picture I found. Meanwhile, it's probably not actually it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
yeah, so I don't know. Like, I think the truth is, because of the potential implications of honeypotting of major figures globally and what this has to do with national security, I don't think we're ever going to know.
Yeah. Sadly. I mean,
sadly. I don't want to move on either. I think it's disgusting that these people live among us, but like, I feels like we could just spin our wheels on it forever. We're not going to know. They're not going to release unredacted files to an insane public. Like, look at the comments in here. Like,
people would go insane.
Like, it would be insane. And so you run the risk of like incriminating people that aren't criminals and putting victims at risk, putting foreign interests at risk. And so I'm sure a lot of these things are what they're sorting through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it either. None of us like it. This is something actually both the left and right agree. They want to see it all, but we're not going to.
Yeah. Kind of sucks. Well, sucks actually a lot because then we don't know who it is. But yeah. Overall.
Okay.
Do you have any other ideas? Has anybody else in the chat had any ideas? The raging liberals, have they had anything other than just like ranting? As I've seen some like I can only see the ones on Facebook over here. And there's just one guy
Yeah,
who
so
just
like
will not
there's
stop
one
yapping,
guy that says
but
like
he's not like bringing up any actual points about anything.
bring
Is
up
there
some
anybody on Instagram who's bringing up
so
good
like
points?
yeah, like Ruben says Trump is a pedo. Well, like show me the proof. You don't have it. Like you just wish it into existence and then you claim he is this thing. That is irresponsible.
Yes. Exactly.
And so then like when we say TDF, this is what we mean. This is what we mean. You can't incriminate someone without evidence. Okay? Yes, same with Gen 6. Like Trump told them to protest peacefully. You guys are insane. Okay? You want him to be bad so much. And like he does a pretty good job of helping you, but like you can't project your ideas onto it any further. It's wild. Okay, what else we have?
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything on Instagram going on?
We have a lot there. We have a lot going on there.
Any actual useful ones that are proposing ideas
people are
about
like,
things that have actually happened in his administration?
Ruben's on YouTube. He's going bananas. And let's see what else. Republicans are the truth. I agree. Thank you. So that comes from Instagram. Any other comments here? We'll take any questions.
Yeah.
We'll take questions.
We'll take questions and all that stuff. Speaking of, while we're actually in this small point, if you want some amazing merch, like this one right here,
that is a good
doesn't
one.
it look amazing? It also feels amazing. That's why we wear it all the time.
Yeah.
You should go to gsd-nation.com. We also have a bunch of other stuff. Like if you'd like to reach out to us, you can go there. If you'd like to get the newsletter where you actually get to see some stuff early,
right?
You should also go there as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so no questions at all?
No, just normal, like, what denomination of Christianity are you guys? That's an interesting question. So we would, we're mixed. Well, that's for another day. We're still trying to like find our Christian journey. We've attended a few churches. We found one that we really like though. And so we're not Catholic. We like Orthodoxy, but we're still finding our path. Okay, yeah. What else? Anywhere or doing? Somebody asked about any upcoming events. We have been super busy. Maybe we can end on this. We've been actually super busy. We were at America Fest. We're going to be putting out. We did like 20 plus interviews at America Fest, and so we'll be putting those out. We talked to people, traditional conservatives, paleo conservatives. That's kind of a new term. And then we talked to America First people. So like the Nick Fuentes vibe type America First people. We're going to be putting all of that content out. We got a few other interviews coming up. So we did that and then we traveled. So I think we're going to do a podcast specifically on our travel because we took a huge trip. We went to Africa.
Yeah. And then coming back, I recommend to never, ever, ever fly the Royal Dutch Airlines.
KLM. Yeah,
it
was a nightmare.
I swear, dude, we were stuck in Amsterdam for 4 days because it was a sunny day. Like, give me a break, please.
So anyway, we went to Africa. We did safari. We also met with and spent time with the indigenous tribes there, the Maasai. We went to an orphanage. We did all this stuff. So we're going to share some of that because we learned a lot. We learned a lot over there. Yeah, and it was really cool.
We asked a bunch of them about.
We spent hours with the people there. I mean, no, hours, like days. We were there for 2 weeks. So we're gonna share more about that. And look here. So yeah, Ruben, I love Ruben. I like this because we get some contrary views here. So Ruben says Nick Fuentes, the Nazi sympathizer. Okay. That's not actually true. So if you watch our latest podcast with Jeb Baugh, who is an America First guy, he talks about Fuentes and how he sees that. Now, Fuentes says some things that are maybe rage baity, but he's not like encouraging Hitler type actions. So definitely check that out. But that is a common misconception that I think America First gets. And anyway, with that, you want anything else, Will? You want to sign us off?
Make sure you go to GSD-Nation, because that place has by far the best merch you will ever see. But overall, thank you guys very much for coming on. We'll probably do a podcast, or we'll probably do a live stream again next week. Typically do the main way from Tuesday to Thursday, so make sure you tune in for that around the same time. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Yeah.
All right. Log out.